What's going on, guys? TTL here. Today I'm going to be going over my top 5 MLB plays for today. Today is September 24th, 2023. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below if you're going to tell any of these picks. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 10K before the end of the year. I have 3 months and I'm at 8,400, so let's just keep on pushing. Really quick, I do want to mention, guys, there's a huge deal going on right now. And if you're not signed up to Underdog Fantasy, go sign up using the link in the description and in the comment down below. Use code TTL when you sign up. You must use code TTL. And usually they have a 100% deposit match up to $100. But right now until October 4th, if you use code TTL, they are doing a deal where you will get a 100% deposit match up to $500 instead of 100. You also get 2 free weeks of VIP, which means you get all of my slips for free for 2 weeks. So take advantage of this deal. It's $500 whole dollars for free on Underdog. Again, you have to use code TTL when you sign up. Make sure you're doing that. But after you sign up, just make that deposit. You get $500 for free. Also, if you are interested in joining that VIP I mentioned, I post every single slip that I personally play for PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper. I post sportsbook bets. I do VIP only live streams, VIP only giveaways. We do a ton of stuff in here. It's only $20 a month. So with all that value, it's definitely a great deal. Go sign up, guys. The Patreon link is in the description down below. And yeah, I highly recommend it. But let's get into these actual MLB picks. And I hope you guys are going to have a great day today. Let's have a great day. We have NFL later. We have MLB. Probably not going to make an NFL video today because it's already 8 in the morning. But thank you guys so much for all the support. I will do an NFL for tomorrow's Monday Night Football at least. But first of all, we have Taj Bradley over 5.5 strikeouts versus Toronto. The Blue Jays are pretty good at not striking out. We take a look at the list. They're 8th in the league for least amount of strikeouts, averaging just over 8 strikeouts per game. Over their last 3, they're averaging just over 9 strikeouts per game. So we can see they're averaging 8-9 strikeouts per game on average this season. Taj Bradley's at 5.5. I really like this. We can go to our partners at Outlier and see that Taj Bradley over 5.5 is around minus 130 odds, minus 140 odds on sports books on average. And we can see that over his last 5, he's cashed this line in 3 out of 5. In his last 10, 5 out of 10. Last 20, he's hit in 13 of 20, 65% of the time. And then in 2023, he's only played those 20 games. So in his head-to-head, he's going to win against Toronto once this year, previously in May, and he got 7 strikeouts. His strikeouts versus Toronto, he goes from 11.6 strikeouts per 9 innings all the way up to 15.7. So as long as he can go 5 or 6 innings, he should blow this number out of the water. Absolutely excited to see him do this. So let's definitely keep an eye on Taj Bradley. This could be bumped up depending on how the sportsbook odds are looking and how much money is being put on the over. But I definitely could see this being bumped up to 6. So I recommend getting it as soon as possible. My next play is Kikuchi versus Tampa Bay. He's on the opposite end of the game. He's at 4.5 on Sleeper. That's the main reason that I'm putting him second, is because at that 4.5 number, I absolutely love it. At the 5 number, obviously, that does include some push potential. It makes it a little bit rough, but I still love this play, and I definitely think that he can get 6 or more strikeouts. I think he gets 5 minimum, though. This is versus Tampa Bay again, so we can take a look. Tampa are 20th in the league, averaging just under 9 strikeouts per game. Over their last 3, they're actually averaging double digits. So great matchup for him. We can take a look at him as well. Over 4.5 strikeouts is around minus 170, minus 180 odds on sports books. Did not mean to click that. Over his last 5, he's hit this number in 4 out of 5. Over his last 10, he's hit this number in 8 out of 10. And in the head-to-head versus Tampa over the past 2 years, he's went over in all 4 matchups. In 2023, he's went over this line in 19 of 30 starts, which is 63% of the time. We can also take a look at his versus Tampa history, and we can see that strikeouts per 9 innings. This is in 2023 versus Tampa. In his 2 games he's went against them, he goes from a 9.6 strikeouts per 9 innings average all the way up to an 11.5 strikeouts per 9 innings average. Which means as long as he goes 5 innings or more, technically, statistically, he should go over that 6 strikeout mark. So definitely super excited to see this. Super excited to see him destroy Tampa this game. Now, I do think the Rays win this matchup. Don't get me wrong, but really excited. I think he's a great pitcher. I think there's great pitchers on the mound for both sides. So this is just going to be a great matchup to watch. And I know most people are going to be watching NFL. I'm probably going to be watching Tampa versus Toronto. So next in line, I have Michael Wacha. Over 4.5 strikeouts. I will say I just realized I'm doing all overs today. So if you're one of those people that hates overs, they're just under. I do understand that statistically speaking, unders hit more often than overs, but I like these overs today. The math points to the overs today, and I'm going to follow the math. He's versus the Cardinals, though. 4.5 strikeouts versus the Cardinals should be pretty easy. The Cardinals are 10th in the league, averaging 8.2 strikeouts per game. 10 strikeouts over their last 3 on average. And when we take a look at Outlier, we can see over 4.5 strikeouts, around minus 125 odds, minus 130 odds. Over his last 5, he's hit it in 4 out of 5. Over his last 10, he's hit this line in 7 out of 10. And in 2023, he's played 22 games, and he has went over in 55% of those, so 12 of 22 games. I really like this matchup today, especially versus the Cardinals. There's no stats for him versus the Cardinals this year currently because they just haven't went against each other this year. Wacha hasn't. But we do have 3 batters. That's about it. Edman and Goldschmidt both strike out more often than usual versus him. And then he has a 0% K rate just because he only has 2 at-bats. So there's not much data for any Cardinals batters versus Wacha. So definitely a little bit iffy, but I like this play. He's hit it in 55% of the time this season. I'm locking it in. Next in line is another one that I absolutely love on Sleeper. It's a little bit less on PrizePicks, but it's Eduardo Rodriguez at 5 strikeouts. He's at 4.5 on Sleeper, so obviously it gets rid of that push potential, but kind of like Kikuchi, I think he can get 6 or more. He's versus the Athletics today. The Athletics are 23rd in the league, averaging over 9 strikeouts per game. So this should be fairly easy for him. We can see that over 4.5 strikeouts is all the way up at minus 230 odds today. Now over his last 5, he's only hit this in 2 out of 5. But a lot of these teams are really good. It's the Astros, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. Over his last 10, he gets bumped up to 6 out of his last 10. And then in 2023, he has went over this in 75% of his games, 18 of 24 games that he's played. And we can take a look at the head-to-head. He got 7 strikeouts versus Oakland earlier this year. And we can see his stats this year. He goes from 8.6 strikeouts per 9 innings all the way up to 15.7. It almost doubles his strikeout rate versus Oakland. So absolutely loving this prop. Highly recommend taking this one. And then finally, the 5th prop of the day for PrizePicks is Joe Ryan over 6.5 strikeouts versus the Angels. Joe Ryan, the Angels are 27th in the league, averaging 9.5 strikeouts per game, averaging double digits per game over the last 3. And then when we take a look at Joe Ryan on here, we can see, if I can find him. I might have to search him up. I apologize. Or is this might be one of the players that wasn't on Outlier yet. Yeah, he's not on Outlier yet. I apologize. But yeah, the Angels strike out a ton. 6.5 is super low for him. I'm not going to worry about pulling up all of his stats. Just trust me, Joe Ryan's a great pitcher. Over his last 5, he's hit it in 3 of his last 5. 7 versus Tampa, 7s versus Texas, 3 versus Cleveland, 5 versus Cincinnati. This is a great matchup for him, though, versus the Angels, who are, again, 27th out of 30th in the league for most amount of strikeouts per game. Definitely loving this play, and I'm locking it in for my 5th play of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, thank you guys so much. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about any props. Hopefully we can hit big today. I'll do some giveaways if we do. I'm actually just about to start streaming on kick.com/testthelimit. Gonna do some slots actually on THUNDERPICK, who are one of my partners. If you're not signed up to a sports book, THUNDERPICK are great. They're a terrific sports book, and they match you up to 500 euros on your first deposit. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.